Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this beautiful gown, plait gown with weird pockets and collar with bow. So if you're ready just like I am, let's get straight into the video. So this style I'll be making it for a 8 to 9 year old, which was requested by one of my subscribers. I am sorry that I saw this message late and I am bringing it down now. So I have 2 years of crepe fabric. I'm going to go ahead and fold it into 4. So once you fold that into 4, this is what we have at this point. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to cut out the fabric I'll be using for the plait. And for this, I am going to be using 10 inches for this. So I'll mark 10 inches, I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance and then 1/2 inch to join this side to the bodies. So I have 11.5 inches, so I'll just take that 11.5 inches all round and then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So once I am done with that, I'll still use the same pattern to cut the same fabric to cut out another one so that it will be enough, because this one it won't be enough. If this is your first time of stopping by, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family, and to my old subscribers I say thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So the next thing you're going to be doing is to fold our fabric into 2. So what you're going to be folding is your bust measurement divided by 4 plus about 4 to 5 inches. So I'll mark a starting point for this gown. And then I'll place my tape at that 10 inches that we took out for the plait, and then I'll mark the full length of this gown, which is at 31 inches. I added 1/2 inch allowance to join the plait. Please do well to measure your child. In case your child is young, it's taller than mine or shorter than mine. Once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'll add 1/2 inch stitching allowance to join the sleeve. And then we are going to go ahead and mark the neckline. Remember, this is going to have collar, so you want to keep the neckline small. So for the neckline, 1 inch for the depth, then 2.5 inches for the width. So we are marking the back bodice first. I forgot to mention that. And then I went down by 1/2 inch for the shoulder slope. I'll go ahead and connect that slope into the neckline. And then I'll add 1/2 stitching allowance at this point to join the shoulder, and then I'll bring it up the neckline. Once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust point, which is my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches to 2 inches, depending on how free you want that area to be. So once I am done with that, at that point I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'll go ahead and add 1.25 inches. If you're going to be stitching more than 2.5 inches, with more than 0.5 inches, please increase this measurement at this area. So I measured what I have at the bust area and I marked it at the hem area, and then I added 2.5 inches. So the reason why I used to mark more than my bust measurement, I used to add 1/2 inch allowance to it, is so that I'll have an allowance for ease. But if you want yours to be fitted, please do it to just mark your bust measurement divided by 4 and then add your stitching allowance. So I went ahead to curve in my armhole, and that's it for the back bodies of this style. So you're going to be using this pattern to cut out the front one, which is going to have a little different from the back bodies. So guys, I placed the pattern on another fabric and it's folded into 2. So I have 2.5 inches at this area. So this one is going to be for our buttonhole. So I'll go ahead and mark the starting point of this gown, and then from there I'm going down by 2.5 inches for the neck depth of the front pattern. Then I came up by 0.25 from that area, so that when I fold in my button I don't have issue at that area. Then I traced in out my neck width, and then I'll go ahead and give it a curve. So this is what we have at this point. So that's basically what is different from it and the back body. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. If you have any question, please do well to leave it at the comment section, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. So guys, once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and cut out our sleeve. So for the length of my sleeve, I'm using 8 inches for the length of my sleeve, and then I'll add 1.5 inches, so 1/2 inches to add it or to join it to the body, and then the other one is to hem it. So I'm going to go down for my bicep. So I went down by 3.5 inches. You can do 4 inches. Then at that point I'll add my sleeve measurement divided by 2, and then I'll add extra inches for, it has plait. So I'll add 3 inches to 4 inches depending on how full you want that area to be. And then at this point I'm going to add my sleeve measurement divided by 2 plus my stitching allowance, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it this way. So you just use this sleeve and cut out another one that will make it the second sleeve. So guys, this is what we have at this point. So you can see my 2 sleeves. So I'll go ahead, if you don't have a sewing machine, just fold this way and then fold over again and stitch it down. So for the weight pocket, for the welt pocket, so I have my fabric folded into 2. For the width of it, I have 9 inches, and then for the length of it, I have 11.5. If you want your pocket to be longer than mine at the end of the video, please increase it more from that 11.5 inches. So we are going to go ahead and make this welt pocket. So from the shoulder line, I'm going down by 16 inches. I would advise that you do about 18 inches. Sorry, I went down by 14 inches. I would advise that you go down by around 16 inches. Then from the zipper, from the buttonhole, I'll mark my zipper measurement, which is 2.5 inches. Then from there, I came in by 1.5 inches. And then from there, I'm going to be marking the length of the welt pocket, which is, I used 4.5 inches. So I'm just going to connect this line. And then at the both side of this line that I just marked, I'm going to go out by ½ inch on both sides. If you want your welt pocket to be smaller, please do well to reduce this measurement. So I went marked for ½ inch on both sides. Please, if you don't understand anything, please do well to leave a comment below, and I'll maybe make a separate video on this welt pocket. So I went ahead to connect all these points that I just marked. And then I'll bring in one of the white fabric that I have. I'll place it at the right side of this gown. So making sure that these markings that we have is centralized, not really centralized at the center of this fabric, but make sure that it's on top of the white fabric. Then I'll go ahead and pin it down. So I'll go ahead and stitch it down just the way you see me showing you guys. So guys, this is what we have. I'm done stitching this down on the 2 fabric that I have. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold it this way, and then we are going to cut through these markings that we have. So I'll cut it this way, and then I'll complete the cutting. Just make sure you don't cut anything that you're not supposed to cut beneath the gown. So you can see the way I am cutting both sides. So once you are done with that, you turn it to the wrong side of this gown. So guys, this is what we have at this point. You can go ahead and iron it out so that it lays very flat. So this is what we have, and I did the same thing for the other side. So I went ahead to iron this down, and it's still moving around because we are yet to stitch it down. So this is what we have. So I'll turn it to the other side, and then I'll bring in this other fabric and place it this way. So, and then we are going to stitch it down. You just, like I said, if you want your pocket to be longer than this at this point, please do it to increase your measurement. So I'll go ahead and stitch down. You can see the pocket is short at this point. So you're going to go ahead and stitch down like this. Please, that place that has the pocket, don't stitch it down. I know I pointed that you should stitch it down. This place, please don't stitch it down. It was a mistake, and I mistakenly stitched mine down, but one of it. So this is what we have at this point. So you can see what I just said. So this point is open. So that's going to serve as our pocket. I didn't want to make it a pocket at the beginning of the video, but I just decided to. So you're going to go ahead and fold by ½ inch and then fold by 1 inch to stitch down your buttonhole, and then stitch all around that white fabric that is under. So this is what we have at this point. You can see it's coming together. So I'll bring in my back fabric. I'll place it this way, front facing front, and then we are going to stitch down by ½ inch that we added. So guys, this is what we have at this point. I went ahead to attach my my sleeve as well. You can see it, and then I stitch down the shoulder. This is the wrong side of the fabric. You can see how it's looking. So I went ahead to serge this place as well. You can cut off every excess if you want to, but I just serged it and left the remaining one. And also, so the next thing we're going to be doing is to work on the sleeve, and then arrange our fabric and stitch down on both same side of this gown. And then we're going to place the buttonhole like this. I'll place this button areas like this and then stitch it down. So this is what we have at this point. You can see everything has been done. The sleeve is ready. the button, I overlapped it and then stitched it down. So for the lower part of it, the place, I'll bring my fabric and then I'll place it front facing front, leaving about half inch away from the seam side so that we'll be able to stitch it down at the end of the plating. So I'll go ahead and start making plates on this fabric. As I place, I'll keep stitching down. So this place, depending on how wide you want it, you can do 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, then you continue until you get to the end of the fabric or the gown. So this is what we have. I went ahead to serge it, so I'll fold by half inch and then stitch it down. So this is what we have. You can see it's coming together. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to, you can go ahead and attach your buttonhole at this point. And if you want that width pocket lower than this, you can just do it. That's basically what I was trying to say. So for the collar, you're going to place your tape half inch away from the beginning of this buttonhole, and you're going to measure all the way to the other side. Remember to leave half inch as well. So we're going to be using this pattern to cut out our fabric. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to draw a straight line to serve as our starting point. So this pattern, I use it to make a very beautiful baggy short, which is coming up very soon on this channel. So the neck measurement that we took, I'll divide it into two, and then I'll go ahead and make a mark there. Once I am done with that, at this point, I'm going up by 0.5 inches. And then I would measure this point that we marked earlier. I will go ahead and divide it into two. And then I'll connect these 2 points together. Once I am done with that, from the starting line that we marked, I'll go up by 4 inches. And then I'll connect it with a straight line. Once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and connect this point. So while connecting this point, please tilt it a bit, just nothing serious, just a bit. And then you're going to connect your line. And that's it for this collar. So you're going to go ahead and measure this way, making sure it's long and your collar is the same thing with your neck measurement. If not, please trim it off just like I did for my as well. So I'll go ahead and cut this and I'll transfer it to our fabric. So I went ahead to transfer it, and as you can see, I did stitching allowance all around. So I'm going to open it up, and at this point you're going to be doing front facing front. I'll stitch it down from this side to this side and then to this other side. So guys, this is what we have, and this is our bow. I'm done with it. If you want a tutorial on this bow, please leave a comment and I'll make it. I don't want this tutorial to be very long, so that's why I skipped the bow tutorial. So I'll go ahead and iron this out if you have means of ironing. Then I'll bring in my gown. So for this gown, you have two ways of doing this. You can do the regular collar method of fixing collar. Place this collar on your fabric, stitch down all the way, and then turn it to the other side, fold by half of an inch, and then stitch it down all the way. But for me, I won't be using that method today. I'll just arrange my collar this way. Remember, we left half inch as we wanted to stitch this down, so I'll place it at that measurement where our measurement started, and I am placing it at the front side of this gown. I'll go ahead and use my serging machine to stitch it down. If you don't have a serging machine, all you have to do is just stitch it down with your normal machine and then take it to the local store to serge it for you. So guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see it's coming together. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold in this stitch allowance. You fold it towards the gown, and you're going to go ahead and stitch it all the way from beginning to the end. So you fold it towards the gown, not towards the collar. So this is what we have at this point. You go ahead and insert your buttons and then also your bow. I hope you find value in this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and I will see you in my next video. So you go ahead and iron it out, and a tutorial on how to get a perfect ironing is coming up on this channel. Please stick with me and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.